straight power. You're in the dog zone for an hour. Come on. You know the number. 1-900 hot dog. 1-900 hot dog. 1-900 hot dog. Yeah, 9,000.
Welcome to the DOGGZZONE 9000, the only zone for 1-900hotdog.com. We're a joke and mess around website with daily articles by a team of world-class writers tackling the least important and most frivolous of things. We got the Christian Power Rangers, semen cookbooks, Garfield maniacs, puppet murderers, juggler murderers, even more. Go to patreon.com/1900hotdog to subscribe. There's other fun stuff you get. It's the best. We made the best website. I'm Sean Baby from the internet, and my partner is the 6-time Arby's Roast Buns Boy runner-up. He's Robert Brockway.
We did make a murder-heavy website. I'm Robert Brockway. Here's a Brockway fact. Just like every single man in the video we're talking about today, I also have a tight 47-minute-long stand-up set about how I don't respect consent. No follow-up questions.
It holds up. Every word of it holds up. Our guest is a DOGGZZONE favorite, a founder and journalist at Defector Media, and Arby's Maximum Roast Buns Boy, our dear friend Dan McQuade.
Thanks for having me. Hopefully I won't sound like I'm underwater this time. The last one, I was recording from my parents' house, and apparently the microphone didn't work.
Under the sea. Your parents under the sea.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, they live in the ocean. They're great. Dan, my wife, was very excited about your story on the corgi races in Scotland.
Those are great blogs because you don't need to do anything. Like, I just downloaded a bunch of, like, photos from our... just from our Getty Images subscription. And that was nice because I had taken, like, I don't know, 3 weeks to write my previous blog. So...
right.
It's nice to get.
So when we just pick out the best corgi faces, you're like, oh, fucking, this is
right.
This is why I became a journalist.
This is what the internet used to be. It used to be just this.
The blog that I filed before that was about, like baseball card sets that are that were like a police
Don't put poison in your mouth.
Would put them out and never put poison in your mouth is the one tip. There's.
Oh shit, that's a good one.
Absurd ones from like Gary Sheffield that says like allegedly he's like it's actually a quote from him that says like drug dealers are always trying to tempt ball players. They like to hang around celebrities and try to get us to join them at parties. We learned to just say no. Call it what you want. Pot, grass, crack, speed, angel dust, or coke. It's dangerous stuff that can hurt you and even kill.
Amazing. You know, fuck you, back of Danny Ainge card. I'm going to do what I want. Today, we are talking Stallone's Knockout, but not the one you're thinking. This was a 1990 pay-per-view by Sylvester Stallone's mom, Jackie. It is, I don't know, let's get just your overall thoughts on this. Brockway, what'd you think of this overall?
Well, this is a crime, first of all. This is... Like, I'd say that a lot in a joking fashion, but certainly, I mean, this starts with a very old woman rapping about how she's like a combat pimp, and it's over like long, lingering, like shots of Sylvester Stallone's amazing body, like her son's body. He has nothing to do with this. Like, so that's probably illegal. Like, you're like, oh, look at Sylvester Stallone. I produced that. He did not produce this.
Yes.
To be clear, he doesn't appear in it. He has nothing to do with it. So calling it Stallone's Knockouts at the time and date that they did is just... I mean, they knew what they were doing.
It's so obvious what she's doing immediately.
Yes.
I was going to talk about the Speedo picture because when Robert says his amazing body, it's like we see all of it except the tiny vertical line of his shaft. He's wearing a itty bitty little Speedo. She's standing next to him. And what's great about this is like his expression... reads like, we shouldn't be doing this. And just tastefully cut out of frame, you can see about a third of Frank Stallone. It's how the world's like... it's how the world's most heavy-handed artist would say, this woman is shamelessly leeching off the success of one child in a weird, grotesque way. And you know what? Don't worry about the other one. But she does have 3 kids, and you would never know it from her wall of Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I looked up some of the advertisements for this in like newspapers, and it was just like the pay-per-view. Like, it just says Stallone's knockouts, and it's like sexy babes fighting, and it's like, oh, yep, they're trying to fool people to order this. And when you told me about it, like what it was, I was like, man, how have I never heard of this? Like clear embarrassment. And then when I watched the first like minute of it, I was like, oh, everyone who ordered this would never mention it again because they'd be so embarrassed, and so that's why why no one knows what this is.
It's not. It's got to be some new form of like super libel or something to imply that Stallone was involved with this, right? Yeah, because it's not just like the normal exploitative kind of like direct to video stuff. It's really horny in a really hateful way.
Yeah.
It makes you feel bad. It's vile. It's crime.
And it's also a hee-haw, and it's also like...
It's a super horny, hate-filled hee-haw of violence with criminal libel attached. Those are my overall views.
That's a great way to describe that. I obviously took some clips. Let me play the intro of this song.
This better be just the intro.
I'm Jackie Stallone, and I win everything. Plus, I only train champions in the ring. All the other fighters will really turn green when they see my knockouts hit the screen.
Knockouts.
A knockout.
A knockout.
So come on, everybody. Meet the girls. They're much more than sugar, spice, or curls. Each one's a fighter with a heck of a punch. Don't turn them off or you'll feel their crunch.
Knockouts.
The knockouts.
Oh, thank God, stop.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I have more.
You did, didn't you?
I took so many clips
You
of
took
this.
all
I
of
don't
those
even know if
clips.
we're gonna play them all.
so I think this was mentioned on another recent podcast of yours, but the rapping is like Rappin' Duke, which is a song that nobody remembers, but they might know the Notorious B.I.G. Remember Rappin' Duke, daha daha. Like, that's the only time. That was the first time I heard of Rappin' Duke, and it's like this. It's just like it could not be further away from rap.
The 68-year-old Italian woman.
It's definitely that, but it's also the most common rap that like I heard when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like once rap came out, this is how like people are like, oh, I can do that. That's so easy. And then you'd see this exact rap at the to sell Fruity Pebbles
they just say watch this and then do something, and they were all convinced it was rap what they had just done.
Yeah, it's like if the people doing the Super Bowl shuffle were like significantly worse.
Yeah, it's and what's great is she can't lip sync to that. Like that, she wrote it and performed it, and then later sat down and tried to lip sync it and fucking blew it. Like it looks like not just a kung fu movie, but like Michael Winslow making fun of a kung fu movie. Okay, so this is gonna sound crazy, but all of the women scheduled to perform in these fake boxing matches also have rap intros that they do to the exact same song and the exact same tone. I took some clips.
It's all consecutive, too. Like, Sean didn't end the intro song. We take a little bit of a break for you to, I don't know, recalibrate your priorities in life and determine if you're going to watch the rest of this. No.
Nope.
All of the intros are back-to-back in the same song. It's like 10 minutes long. It is like a 10-minute long rap.
Yes. I'll play the next one. This is Brooklyn. This is immediately after Jackie stops, and they pick up here.
They're hot, they're good, they're wild and sexy. You know you're gonna watch them if you're 10 or 60. Oh, do you want a knockout or do you want a treat? Well, watch my girls fight in your ringside seat.
Knockouts. A knockout.
My name is Brooklyn and I've perfected the way to get big things erected. I do my work, no ifs and buts, but baby, I'm best with bolts and nuts.
Knockouts. A knockout.
Glad you keep the knockouts at the end of each.
Of course.
I'm so confused by her because she has an eye patch. And she's wearing like a yellow shirt with like maybe the Manhattan skyline on it. All of these boxers or wrestlers, these matches are like so strange. But like none of them have, it's like this is very much just a rip off of Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. But that would like if you had a cheerleader character, you would put her in a cheerleading outfit. Stallone's Knockouts does not.
Think.
This is a Manhattan construction pirate. What's not to get?
His name is Brooklyn.
What are you not getting?
Yeah.
So she's supposed to be like a construction worker, but they do not have her in a construction worker outfit. This is a theme throughout the entire show where they're all kind of in the same like silk boxing shorts and like crop top, but they have a very distinct, like easily costumable character. Just like, yeah, I'm a cheerleader. I'm like a fucking hard hat. Give her a hard hat. How fucking hard was that? So she is a glow lady. You said Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. Most of these girls are just glow girls that are moonlighting.
Yeah.
So she was Hollywood in Glow. She's going up against Mary Jo. I took Mary Jo's clip too.
I'm Mary Jo, your yellow rose. I ride the range in pantyhose. I'm from Dallas, that's my home. I'll show you where the buffalo roam.
Knockouts.
Not Dallas.
Knockouts. No cowboy hat.
Yes.
I like that she pauses her rap to do 2 non-consecutive reps of a 10-pound chest press machine.
Yeah. Everyone who's in a weight room, like who's rapping, is also lifting zero weight.
The
zero
lowest
weight.
possible setting. And the funniest thing is that this is not... Okay, they didn't rent a weight room. They just went in like an active gym and filmed all of these things, because in the mirrors of every one of these bits, you can see normal people just trying to get a fucking workout in, looking at them like, what the hell is happening on the chest press machine? Do you think I can work into that? Whatever it is you're doing here.
You can almost hear them off camera saying, so she's supposed to be a cowgirl? Why isn't she wearing a cowboy hat? Also, she's laying right next to her opponent. Like, I'm going to fucking fuck this girl up. And it pans like 2 feet to the right. And there she is.
Do it.
Wrestling does that. It's like, better wrestling does that sometimes where like 2 guys will be interviewed right in a row, like at the same, by like Mean Gene Okerlund. And it's like, they just like queuing up to do these interviews. But here, it's like they both exist in different worlds, despite them being right next to each other.
Yep.
Here's the thing that I learned from doing some research. In addition to Jackie Stallone saying that Sylvester named all the wrestlers, boxers, whatever.
Wow.
She
Mary
also
Jo,
claimed,
amazing.
Yeah,
you don't get that kind of naming.
No, from anyone but Sylvester Stallone. So she claimed during doing press for this that for the last 6 months, these women have trained 5 hours a day preparing for this event.
Okay.
And after that long, they are lifting 10 pounds and not doing any sort of boxing or wrestling.
Well, this girl is Daisy on Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. So if you did like fake lady violence at the time, you would have immediately recognized these 2 women and clocked this as a knockoff. You're like, oh, well, this is just fucking Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling with Jackie Stallone.
A knockoff.
Like, this is... Yeah. a knockoff. Oh, that's really good. I don't think we need any more clips, right? It's a bad bit. All of them have like three full verses. I'm cutting them real short,
being
but
so
like each
kind.
lady.
There's 8 more minutes of this. I'm not exaggerating.
I was confused. Like, they, at least the like, I don't know, like Brooklyn has an eye patch. Sure, she's from rough and tumble Brooklyn. Mary Jo has like horseshoes on her top. The next person is Melanie. Thanks, Sly, for that name. And
yeah, great.
She's like a lumberjack, but she's just wearing like boxing clothes.
Yep. She mentions, because there's so much exposition in their 3 verses. Each of them has time to like explain their deal, explain how they're going to fuck up the other girl, and then all the rest of it is about cock. They run out of innuendo so quickly. Like anything tall or hard or tube-like in any way gets turned into a dick. Like the finance babe says she gives great dividends, and I'm not sure I'm willing to do like all the work to turn that into sex. Like, okay, give great dividends. I think I get what you mean, but like not really. Like you should have done something before you got to me. You should have come up with something. I don't know.
Just one of the 8 men in line for the leg curl machine that she's dominating there, just going, "Hey, what does that mean? What does that even mean?"
What are you talking about? You say are you the Eskimo one? Then why didn't they put you in like a parka or something? I'm just kidding. There is one ethnic one, and she is very ethnic.
Yep.
Her name is Cartella because she's Colombian. She smuggles drugs and does crime. I actually did take a clip of Cartellas. Let's play Cartellas.
They'll give you laughs, they'll give you rights. They're gonna give you action fights.
I'm pure Colombian. I'm Cartella, muy caliente. Watch out, fella. I smuggle goods for any price. Now I'm Miami's biggest vice.
Knockouts.
Yeah.
A knockout.
The knockout.
I took her next verse too.
This Latin's in the driver's seat. When you're with me, you'll feel the heat. So be a partner in my crime. Together we can do hard time.
Knockouts. A knockouts.
They
The only non-white
really hit
person.
on the drugs. Yes, the only non-white person, and she is kind of just every Colombian drug cartel like a Mad Magazine version of whatever I just said. She is a little bit worse at fighting than the others. She's kind of just like this heaving, wet, racial va-va-voom. I don't know. She's not from Glow. Her name, I looked her up. Her name's Gabriella Young, and her other credits are Playboy Intimate Workout and Playboy 101 Ways to Excite Your Lover. They're both great, by the way. She is great in them. I'm a big Cartella fan. She fights Bonnie Sue, who was also not a Glow girl. She's the daughter of Brazilian filmmakers, and this is her first IMDb credit. So her powerful
amongst
parents
a
got
long,
her
prestigious list. I'm assuming quickly ventures into like major film territory.
She did seem like, I wouldn't say an international star, but she did like make Italian movies and Brazilian movies. She seemed like she was a globe-trotting working actress. But yes, this is how she got her start. They have a girl named Wendy who's a cheerleader. Her film career is interesting. I'm going to give you 8 of her films and her character name in them. One of them is fake. If you find it, you get 50,000 bikini points usable anywhere. So the two of you're working together.
All right.
Tell me which one of these is fake. Cheryl in Bikini Summer. Babe number 1 in Assault of the Party Nerds 2, The Heavy Petting Detective. Vanessa in Bikini Summer 2. Laser Model 2 in The Cold of the Night. Tammy in Alien Intruder. Sex Dentist in Bikini College. Mountain Nug in Encino Man. Dancer 2 in White Cargo.
Number 2.
Can you guess the fake one?
It was number 2.
You think it was Babe number 1 in Assault of the Party Nerds 2, The Heavy Petting Detective? Do you agree, Dan?
I was thinking it might be, well, yeah, I'll go along with that.
All right. It was the one I made up was Sex Dentist in Bikini College.
Damn it.
Every other one was real. She did return in Bikini Summer 2 as a completely different character.
All right, read number 2 to me again.
Babe number 1 in Assault of the Party Nerds 2, The Heavy Petting Detective. I knew you would think that was fake. That's why I invented this game. You found the inspiration for the entire bit.
Now I just want to watch that one, though.
I'm kind of sad that movie is not fake. I think that's why I agreed with Brockway. I was really hoping that was not a real movie.
Yeah, you didn't want to live in a universe that allowed it.
5 years after throwing a killer party and stealing Muffin away from Alpha Male Zeta frat member Bud, head party nerd Richie is married to Muffin and runs a detective agency. Starring TV's Burt Ward.
Oh, fuck, that rules. I didn't even know that.
Oh, that's amazing.
Fucking okay, I guess we have the next podcast.
There you go.
So, back to the show. Wendy is fighting Dixie, who's a Marine and a charming Southern belle.
Yeah, I thought she was Blanche from Golden Girls at first, and then like I was like, wait, she's also the Marine character?
Yep.
Yeah.
And she is dressed like neither of those stereotypes.
And the most insane decision of all, she's a heel.
Right? Insane choices.
How is that? How is the Southern Belle Marine beautiful white woman your heel character? She gets partnered up with Cartella. Like, those are your villains?
Those are your villains. And if you are a 60-year-old pervert, you would recognize her as Godiva from Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. Her song was pretty different than the others, so I did clip it just for like variety's sake. Let me play that.
Your rifle and your bayonet will never, ever stop my threat. Come see me if you're full of fight. My boudoir is the battle side.
Knockouts. Knockouts. Knockouts.
I'll crush that, Wendy. 1, 2, 3. The champion's robe belongs to me. I'm one of the few and one of the proud. She won't need a robe, she'll need a shroud.
Knockouts.
Fucking what?
Knockouts.
So obviously the trash talk gets a little too serious there, but I also wanted to leave that in because the winner gets like a little silk robe.
Yeah, like, was it trying to do a Masters thing? Like, it was like a green jacket, but a little robe. And it's like, you can't get a belt? This is, come on. I mean, I guess they couldn't get like a cheerleader outfit, so,
All right, we're lucky that it wasn't panties. Like, consider the time, consider the era and the production value of this show.
And how it ends. Yeah, you're right.
It would have been dirty panties if they. I'm sure that was their first idea.
An old thong, the championship old thong. The song is 9 minutes long. I'm done with my clips. I'm not doing a bit. I'm not joking either. It is 542 seconds long. It is a fucking, and it feels like 50 times that.
It's relentless. Good God.
And it ends just abruptly, jump cuts right into the fakest boxing match already in session. No one would ever use a second word to describe it. It is just a fake boxing match. They don't seem to have any intent to be sexy or funny or dramatic. It is just two nervous women with what I would guess is 278-ounce gloves and half an hour of boxing training.
I don't even know. I think maybe like 30 seconds of boxing training. Like
it could be less.
They throw a punch and then almost as if they've been told to put their hands down. Like
there are a handful of people. I'm assuming it's all the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling carryovers that actually seem like they know what they're doing. It doesn't seem like anybody that's not from Glow. It seems like they have never even heard of professional wrestling before stepping in here. Like, they don't seem to know they were supposed to choreograph this maybe on their own time.
Even just backstage, like, I'll hit you for a bit, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. There's no plan. And a lot of times it's like this first fight is like, they don't know what they're doing enough to hurt each other. There are fights here where, like, you don't know what you're doing enough to very much hurt each other.
Absolutely. I had that in my notes many times. Like, this seems so unsafe.
It would be so much safer.
It's just on YouTube. Somebody uploaded it, and it's a VHS rip. So this apparently came out on VHS as well. I again can't imagine anyone purchased it. But there's a part where like YouTube will show you like most rewatched, like it'll pop up as you're scrolling through a video.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a part that's most rewatched that I looked at a few times because I think it's one of the boxers actually hits the other one and like maybe injures her.
So they're not looking for hot girls. They're like, did anyone ever get hit in this entire thing? That's really funny.
One thing I really liked about this first match, in addition to it being joined in progress, like, and it being two different people than we've met, like they introduce 8 people and then join a match in progress with 2 new characters, and the announcer, and we can talk about the weird announcing as well, but the announcer goes, so it's Alexis from Beverly Hills and the Beastmaster. And the announcer goes, Alexis infuriated the Beastmaster by coming to the ring in a fur coat. And it's like, you could have showed us that. Nope, but they obviously didn't have a fur coat, so that obviously did not happen.
They're probably right. I didn't even think about that. They're like making up stories about a fur coat they saw. That's so fucking funny. I really like the crowd too. Like Jackie Stallone is there at ringside wearing a full wizard costume, headband, glitter, just a full level 11 sorcerer in the front row. And the crowd is probably what you'd expect. It's 5 or 6 rows deep of guys you probably shouldn't rile up. Just angry men in mustaches, booing, hoping to land a grope if anybody gets too close to them.
Oh, they do.
Oh, they get a couple in, absolutely.
I have some quotes for from the publicist for the event before it aired. So this is Gabe Elias, publicist for Stallone's Knockout. Kids were the ones who loved it the most. They considered it rad.
I'm shocked she didn't get a good publicist for this.
The article also says that nearly 250 people partook of the WrestleMania-like event.
Okay. I would have said over 200.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. The Elias guy, who also said that kids loved it the most, said,
of course.
Guys love to see women fighting, Elias said. It turns them on. I think this could become a big hit.
Children and horny men finally mixing unsupervised.
If you remember, Jackie put almost those exact lyrics in her opening rap. So yeah, the Wild Woman beats Alexis. We didn't meet them during the 9 minutes of rap song, so it's hard to get too invested in this. And this did not help. I have a clip I took here.
And the Beastmaster gets the win, leaving Alexis down and out in Beverly Hills. The crowd not happy with the Wild Woman. They lead the jeers while she asks for cheers.
So you hated that. That was Tracy Lords sitting alone after the event and reading pre-written lines. That's how they did the commentary.
Why? Like, why did they do it this way? Like, I'm sure Tracy Lords could pretend to be like a real announcer, to like actually announcing the event, as opposed to just like reading really bad one-liners that are then awkwardly pasted over bad crowd noise that is, pumped in.
I'm sure the kids thought it was rad.
Well, because she has another running bit. Her job is to announce and be sexually harassed nonstop.
You're right.
They had to film both of those pretty much at the same time. I mean, you don't book Tracy Lords for this program for more than an hour total of film time.
Oh, yes, she was a very busy Hollywood actress.
Read this pun, get sexually harassed. Read another pun, get sexually harassed. Don't take any breaks. We're not paying you to drink water. We're paying you to get sexually harassed.
That was the pitch, and we'll pay you $85.
And she said, okay.
Okay, and I get to meet Stallone? Absolutely. You will meet several Stallones.
You will meet one version of Stallone.
Any of the ones you're thinking of. I liked, there was a little detail they added where they'd watch the replays, which do not help make it look more authentic. And then they added like a big punching sound effect for every little slap, which I think makes it look 50 times more fake. It's so bad. The crowd hates it. I think maybe because the bad guy won, but I'm not sure how they would know which is which, so they probably just hate it because it sucks.
Yeah, the Beverly Hills one wasn't the bad guy?
Yeah, it seems like it should be opposite, but I mean, of course, they didn't get it right.
Oh, also, the worst part of it is there are sketches. It's fake boxing, but it's mostly hee-haw. I have a clip. Oh, you're not going to like this.
Oh.
Don't I look neat in this outfit?
Of course. Most elephants look good in trunks.
Ladies, please. Talk like that will make me blush.
Good. A little red will go with the black and blue I'm going to give you.
Did anyone check that barman's green card?
They'll be checking your vital signs when I'm through with you.
Them's fighting words.
Oh, yeah, horse face.
Excuse me, ladies. Are you decent?
Yes.
That's good, because I'm not. Listen, I have good news and I have bad news.
What's the bad news?
The state requires you all to be thoroughly examined before your matches.
Then what's the good news?
I get to do it.
Okay.
And if you're hoping for a little variety in his sketches, keep fucking hoping.
Keep fucking
It's just that. It's just a doctor sexually harassing them nonstop.
And the jokes seem to get worse each time. Like, if you tried to do this routine in the Catskills in the 50s, they would, like, throw you out of the theater.
Right, because you run out of setups when you're just like, okay, you're a horny doctor, she's an angry wrestler. Now let's do, 200 sketches about that?
Yeah. Like, and you're right, the jokes do get worse, but not just because they get weaker. It's like they get further and further from what we would even know as sexual harassment. Like they lost all sight of what human sex even might be. But here at the start, it's still pretty horny. Like, they cut to Mary Jo, and she's naked in bed. When I say naked, I mean she's tastefully covered. Tastefully is the wrong word. I'm not explaining it very well. But each of the wrestlers made a video where they're naked in bed, kind of, and they're all kind of the same, where they're like, here's the things I like. And then they list some normal things, completely unrelated to the wrestling character. Like, I like walks on the beach and animal-shaped balloons. You're like, what the fuck? What does this have to do with being an Eskimo?
If you're of a certain age, you absolutely remember this from every single 1-900 number commercial. This is just all of the bio reels from a call now.
Yeah.
My name's Mary Jo. I'm a lumberjack. Here are some puns about chopping wood. Also, call me now. I'm really lonely. They
you're right.
put
This is a
1-900
parody.
number bio reels mixed in with criminal hee-haw sketches, mixed in with like incompetent violence. God, what a cursed artifact.
What a cursed artifact this is. I guess the thing that annoys me is after they're done listing the normal things, they list one that's just about fucking, with just like an increasingly weirdness to it, but never like funny weird. Like, I don't know.
We get to
this
a
one.
really weird one.
Yeah, we do. There are some weird ones. You'll love this one. This is a good
And
clip.
afterwards, some good conversation, a cozy fire, and doing it till my eyes fall out.
What?
Yo, Doc, I'm Brooklyn.
Brooklyn? I spent a lot of time in Flatbush.
Are you a good doctor?
Sure. You never hear any of my patients complain.
How come?
Dead men tell no tales. Say, why don't we go out tonight?
Listen, Sawbones, anybody who goes out with me has to be real healthy.
What do you mean?
Well, I wouldn't date a guy who didn't have a knee, because that would mean he had pneumonia. And I wouldn't date a guy who didn't have a back, because that would mean he had bacteria.
Well, in that case, we better call the whole thing off.
Why? What do you have?
Prickly heat.
That is from another planet. That is, I do not understand a syllable of that.
These sound like Brockway's AI puns.
You're right. This is the malfunctioning, dying brain of a robot who has been fed too much of its own shit. That's the only way to explain the logic here. That you don't go out with men who have diseases that almost sound like body parts, because that means they don't have the body parts. That's the setup to your joke. Like, you'll go along. That's the portion where you're like, the audience is going along with it, and then I'm gonna subvert expectations. That's what you did. What you chose for that part.
And am I crazy, or is Brooklyn like a really good performer? Like, that's as good a line read as you'll get for that fucking insane shit.
I mean, for what this is, absolutely. But then she's working with that fucking doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, also, to people who have not watched this, that was by far the best doctor skit we got. So, yeah, I think it was Brooklyn carried it. Yeah. Like, that's the only explanation.
It goes downhill from there.
Yeah, so we cut back to Tracy Lords glaring at the ref. The ref is named Nutsy Fagan, and he is a stand-up comedian, impressionist, a real Jeff Altman type.
Yeah.
So they do a bit here where he has like a devil on his shoulder and a Statue of Liberty on the other shoulder, and they're him, pre-recorded and not timed very well. So it's just a real clunky bit. He wants to have sex with Tracy Lords. You already knew that. But he assumes she only likes movie stars. So the devil's like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And then it's part 1 of a 6-part runner where he does celebrity impressions to seduce her. I'm just going to give you a little taste. I didn't take all of them, but I took this first one.
Hey, yo, Tracy Lords.
Oh, hi, Rocky.
Hey, what did you think of my boxing career?
I think it's like a work of art.
Really?
Yeah, you've been smeared on more canvases than a Picasso.
It really, the laugh hits you in waves. Like Tracy Lords is a fake laugh, a pause, a fake laugh, and then the laugh track
like
slowly
a really
comes
angry,
in.
sarcastic wave of laughter. I said, ha 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 ha, we can move on.
I love it.
I'm not
so
kidding
much.
when I say it took 3 of these sketches for me to realize, oh, he's supposed to be doing impressions. Like, I thought he was just showing up and being weird. Like, why is he hurt or something?
So, yeah, you're right. It's so strange. It doesn't quite read. Because some of them were, he did John Travolta, and he comes out not dressed as John Travolta or in a kind of a wig or anything.
Or doing the voice.
Does like a... Yeah, he's kind of doing, I don't know, Welcome Back Kotter, John Travolta. It's very strange. So the next match is Mary Jo, the sexy cowgirl, versus Brooklyn, the construction worker. They take some turns slapping each other's gloves. Like, I don't know. My notes say there's no reason for this to exist. There's no glory to this and no way to masturbate to it. That's just what it says in my notes. Then it does kind of turn into a regular pro wrestling match. And I took a clip of Tracy Lords' ring chatter. It's pretty good. Let me find this here.
These brawlers have spent more time on the floor than wall-to-wall carpet. 17! The New Yorker rushes in to break the count, but the cowgirl is right on her tail like a hot branding iron. With all that tape, they're tied up like a couple of mummies, and that's no gauze for celebration. Neither fighter is able to keep this match under wraps. The audience has seen enough action to file for combat pay.
Okay.
So what you can't...
I didn't edit that. It's just relentless like that.
Well, you can't... Well, you can kind of hear it, but let me put it in context with what you hear towards the end is 2 of the lady wrestlers, they take the match outside of the ring and they start throwing each other into the audience, and you can hear the nature of the clamor in the background change. That's all the men rapid fire groping them as hard and as fast as they possibly can. Like they've just been given permission to grope by virtue of them being near. And of course, I mean, it looks like something out of Dawn of the Dead. They're just being like torn apart by Italians. And over that whole thing, Tracy Lords is joylessly reading Laffy Taffy puns at you. It's a fucking nightmare.
It is such a nightmare. And the other thing that you kind of don't want to have happen when you throw a woman into a crowd is, I hope she doesn't crush a tiny child. But they do. There's a tiny child in the front
they did
that gets
not
fucking flattened.
Any of this. And like, it would be so much safer if you did. Like, not only would it look better because this looks super fake and like nobody's getting hurt, but in reality, people are really getting hurt.
Yep. Security has to break them up. Like they forget about their match. They both get disqualified. The crowd hates this. They start booing. So it's the second fight that has ended in angry boos. Out of two fights.
And so one fight didn't have a winner, and the first fight we didn't see most of it.
Right.
So
yes,
great start
and
to the pay-per-view.
Yes. The announcer doesn't seem to know what this is called, so he like thanks everyone for coming to female fighting. And so I guess
just made it
name
up.
TBD.
Like, they did not tell me what this was.
So maybe this was just an unrelated like lady fake boxing event that Jackie Stallone saw and thought, $ eyeballs. The next one is Anthrax, the nasty nurse, versus Avenger Zora. We have not met these girls. But I like this one because they have full costumes, at least at first. And then they take off their outfits and they're just in their gym clothes and they can't box for shit. I think the Zorro lady is the villain because she spits on the nurse. God, I don't know. My notes say they have a ring hunk, which I thought was a nice touch. If you have ladies fighting, to have a sexy boy hold up the cards. Fun. I don't get the rules. There's no clock, so the rounds just kind of end whenever.
There apparently are rules, though, because sometimes the ref will step in and he'll, like, one of them will throw the other down and he'll step in and be like, that doesn't count as a knockdown. What?
Right.
What does that mean? Are there knockdowns?
Yeah, I think if you shove somebody down, it doesn't count. But I don't know when we were supposed to know these. Tracy Lords actually does some work explaining this. I took a clip, actually.
Zora's seen more canvas than Rembrandt right about now. The two of them locked up like a crazy glue commercial. Anthrax has hit Zora with everything but the kitchen sink, and that's only because she couldn't unscrew it from the wall. And the Avengers hung over the ropes. She's had more hangovers than a Shriners convention. The crowd not happy with the decision.
God,
I did edit that one.
It's just relentless.
Just relentless.
Relentless misery.
So this pre-planned match ends in a draw because no one was able to hurt the other one. And the crowd, of course, hates this. So this is the 3 out of 3 matches that has ended with just a fully furious crowd of men booing at the ladies.
To no result. Booing, 0 results.
The next match, we do come in a little bit late. It's Valerie, the horny finance babe, versus Bambi, the horny beach babe. She's filling in for the lumberjack.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing. He's like, oh, Melanie couldn't make weight for the match. Like, what is this subplot? Where is this coming from? Did I miss like the pre-show weigh-ins? Like, what is going on?
There's no weigh-ins for this. There's no weight classes. There's no categorization or safety measures. Like, just say she got a yeast infection from getting groped by a filthy man last match.
There are some weird rules to this one. They have to wear a boxing glove on their free hand, is what the ref says. But the other hand's holding a strap, so it's like some kind of old-timey Dusty Rhodes match. You get it.
Yeah.
Bambi here, the horny beach babe, also has a lot of great credits. So once again, I'm going to give you 8, and the two of you are going to tell me the fake one. Okay, Bambi played Beautiful Demon in Demon World. I'm sorry, Demon Wind. She played Girl in Shower in Prime Target. You're not going to like this one. Julie in The Crease Master.
I love that one.
She played Randy in Strippers Inc. 4. She played Wendy in Strippers Inc. 2. She played Jane in The Temple of Poon. You might want to just beep that, Jamie. She played porno actress number 1 in Merchants of Venus. And she played Molly in Titty Bar 2. Which of those is fake?
All right, I'm clearly calibrated wrong. Dan, where are you leaning?
Okay, so I think that all of these movies are real, but she wasn't in Strippers Inc. 2. She was only in 4.
You won't believe this. I'm not even joking when I say that's exactly what I was going to say. Down to Strippers Inc. 2. I don't believe she was in Strippers Inc. 2, but I do think she was in 4.
You're a little bit right, a little bit wrong. These are all real. I did not put a trick one in. She was in both of those Strippers Inc. movies as different characters.
Damn, we got close though. That was good, Dan. You're dialing it in.
You're getting good. If we do a third round, I think you're going to get it. But I do the comedy rule of 2, so there is no third round. I took some clips of the commentary in this fight. Again, you're going to love this.
Ooh, a big fist drop to the bread basket. And if there was any bread there, it's all crumbs now. Now the executive decides to help the sun worshiper by tanning her hide. And the beach girl treats her like a CD at maturity. She rolls her over.
Just
quality
yourself,
finance
Tracy Lords.
pun.
It's like so long of a setup too.
Yeah.
And like everybody in the crowd understands and loves that joke. That's your demographic.
The crowd's not even hearing it. That's for us. That's for the people at home.
That's for all the kids who are ordering the pay-per-view.
They think this is so rad. We're grading on a curve, but that match actually had like some drama and a clear winner. So like
they do some there's like, it's the bare minimum of choreography, but it's like, God, it's water in a desert at this point. You're just like, oh, thank God. Thank God that somebody's looks like they're doing something. Like that looked like a kick, and the other person looked like they might have seen or felt that kick. not just hurling themselves onto the fingers of desperate plumbers.
I think Tracy Lords' commentary like really shuts my brain down. Like, I'm just like, what? Where am I? After this match, it cuts to Valerie's promo, and you're not going to ever guess where she goes with her chatter.
I'm really just an old softy. I cry at weddings. I collect mementos from special evenings. I get all sentimental when I go through the family album. But there's one thing that really makes me all warm inside. Hot water. Enemas. Oh.
Welcome back to more Knockout Section.
What? Yeah, we'll end it there.
I make my wife watch like all the like terrible things I have to watch for this podcast. And I had like stepped into the other room to like, I don't know, take care of our infant son or whatever, even though that's, you know, she's better at it than me. But she like stopped it and was like, hold on, we need to rewind to make sure she said what I think she said. Because the other ones, the last line, like, sort of makes some sense with their character or is like some sort of sex thing. And this is just like, what I really love is this fetish that, yep, that's it. Yeah. Like, there's no, like, I guess someone thought, I mean, I guess it is the most interesting writing in the show because I'm going to be thinking about it for the rest of my life. Like,
but surely that is actually what she's into. I mean, imagine saying that out of nowhere if that wasn't something you were into.
She was babe number 2 in Hot Water Enemas, the movie.
Revenge of the Hot Water Party Enemas, the detective agency.
I think the writer of this wrote, you know what makes me warm inside? And then they thought, like, what literally makes you warm inside? And then they landed on that. And they're like, oh, that's a joke, right? Is that how jokes work? I don't know. I think that's what happened. But yeah, like I said, I think that takes the magic out of it. So maybe we cut that too, Jamie. So the next match is a biker babe, her name Torch, and she's facing Lumberjack Melanie. And it's another just regular bad boxing match. But there's a moment where Torch like kicks the Lumberjack in the face, and the ref like doesn't care. And it does nothing. It didn't hurt. There's no rules. Nothing matters. But like, I just like, you're allowed to kick? But anyway, the biker lady eventually just sort of lays down because somebody punched her in the gloves. This has my favorite pun ever. I'm no bullshit. I think you might actually like this one.
And the round guy doesn't seem to be disappointing the ladies in attendance either. The woodcutter hurls her down. Melanie ready to go out on a limb here. They're swinging wildly.
That's not it.
The lumberjack has had it in for the biker ever since she double-parked her motorcycle on Melanie's parents.
What the fuck?
I guess I am laughing at it.
Why? They always feel they have to add one other thing for, like, I guess for comedy cadence. Like earlier, they said she spends more time on the floor than wall-to-wall carpet, and it's like, does wall-to-wall carpet spend more time on the floor than regular carpet? I mean, if there's more area, I kind of see what here. It's like double parked on her parents. Why? Where does the parents were in the street?
Right.
Yeah, there's no need for it to be double parked. Yeah.
It doesn't do anything. It just adds more confusion, but they feel like it makes it funnier because it has more syllables.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. The musicality of it, they're like, oh, it's so much funnier when it's double parked. You're like, is it? Are you saying she ran over her parents or she parked badly on her parents? I don't know. I guess it is funnier that she parked badly on her parents. It adds like this sort of, I don't care. I don't know. It's good world building for the Tracy Lords fake boxing puns. Okay, next, my notes say there's the Kung Fu Challenge. I don't remember this. Do you guys want to try to describe this? Who wants to try?
It's like they're in an empty gym that's totally dark, and I think it's a tall white woman. It might be the lumberjack. I'm not really sure. Versus an Asian woman. They're both wearing like martial arts robes that they then strip off and wrestle in. They do some sort of pastiche of martial arts, and it's like by far the most choreographed thing in the show. But then there are sound effects throughout this like cinematic match that just have no relation to what's going on.
Sean, did you take a clip of these
on screen?
Believe it or not, I did not, because there's no words.
I was going to ask you not to play them if you did.
Yeah, because it does play like the random Oriental noises you might be expecting. And then just a lot of like Bruce Lee sounds. It kind of just sounds like someone's playing Street Fighter sort of near these women. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be making these sounds in the story.
Anyway.
And Dan, you said it's choreographed, but it's choreographed like your first like 6th grade kung fu movie. So like it'll be a camera cut to like a slow motion punch, like gently punching into the other person's face.
It's because the fight isn't the point. The fight is the setup to the punchline.
Yes.
And the punchline is that the rapist doctor comes in and rapes her unconscious body for 5 straight minutes.
Oh shit. It does say that in my notes. Before we get to that, I do want everyone to know the Asian lady has the butt cheeks cut out of her tights. My notes just say, tell them about that. Let everyone know you noticed that.
I forgot all about that because of the ensuing sexual assault that does not stop.
There's really nothing like this that I've ever seen. The Asian lady she wins and leaves, tries to jump over the ropes and eats total shit. And you're like, okay, that's a weird ending. But then it gets so much worse. The doctor comes in and, he just starts molesting her. Like, the gag, very literally, is he's trying to pick her up and he keeps finding himself in sex positions while he's, like, humping her. And this goes on for, I'd say, 30 minutes?
Yeah, it's most of the tape. It is most of the tape. And it's not one position. He just tries positions, I want to say 6 times, of just like putting her face on his crotch and dry humping her face for like a minute and a half while a laugh track plays, and they pan over a totally empty gymnasium so it can only be the laughter of ghosts. It's utter madness. And then he just keeps doing it. He'll bend her over, he'll pick her up, and he'll just, the whole time, thrusting and thrusting and thrusting. And you're like, why? What did I do? I must have done something, because this is hell.
Someone actually wrote the pervert character comes in and dry humps the unconscious, maybe dead woman for a full 10 minutes. He finally gets her to her feet and then drops her on top of him. And then he like crawls out the back so his head pops out of her crotch, almost like a visual metaphor for a birth. Like it's no longer sexual. It's taken on this whole new perversion. There's little sound effects like slide whistles and cowbells. There's fart noises and shit. I don't know if you'll ever hate anything as much as this. I should be arrested for even seeing it, for talking about it.
Definitely for making us watch it.
Yes. Like, if it wasn't a comedy show, this would just be an unspeakable sex crime. I think it might be worse since it is a comedy show. Like, it's definitely not better. So she finally wakes up and she finds a pervert in her crotch. And then she, like, bonks him out cold. And then drags his body away. I don't even know. And then it cuts to Cartella, who is great. I love, she combines 2 of my favorite things, hot girls and problematic pro wrestling characters. But her promo is insane. She says she wants handcuffs and Vaseline. I don't even understand what she means by that.
No, I didn't understand it either. That is right here in my notes. Cartella wants handcuffs and Vaseline. What the hell does that mean?
Good. I'm glad I didn't go crazy. But yeah, I've lost any sense of what sex is 700 innuendos ago, is what she's saying.
Definitely during the 20-minute long dead silence ghost molestation skit? That can't be the right word. There's such a simple kind of charming racism at work here. It was like when Cartella takes the mic to do her intro, Tracy Lords, I think, says, why didn't she just smuggle in her own sound system?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah, they also call her the fiery smuggler. And I was like, ooh, is that like a double racism descriptor?
So there was only one thing we thought of people, of Latino women, and it's that they smuggle?
They smuggle, and they're fiery. This is going to sound crazy. I did not take a clip of the next sketch. I did. It's just not here in my thing, which is probably for the best, because The doctor's setup is, hey, how do you feel about dating criminals? And she says, why, what'd you do? And he says, I was arrested for statutory rape. And she's like, what?
I thought this was a joke.
Rape?
I thought, are we
And
not doing the skit? We're not filming.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'll add the clip later. It's astonishing.
No, that's word for word what I have in my notes. That's exactly the transcription.
Yeah.
He tells her in a very frank manner, hello, I am a statutory rapist. She's like, whoa. I thought we're done having fun, huh?
The next fight is, let's see, the Cartella, the fiery smuggler, and the beauty queen Bobby Sue and Betty Jean. Fantastic name, Sly. And then Bobby the beauty queen hits Cartella with the ultimate insult. I took a clip of this.
Actually, you look just like my old maid, Consuelo. She wasn't an American either.
Cartella wants the mic. Why didn't she just smuggle in her own sound system?
Look, you oversized Barbie doll. I'm an American too. The only reason you claim to be Miss America is because you have a father in every state.
Wait.
Do you want to take that one again?
What?
I think I see where she's going with it.
I think it's like reverse to what she means, but like I get it.
But hers really landed. You're not even American. It's just like, bam! Fucking yes! Got her. Yeah, so that's the level of, that's the crowd work. Like, that's women in the ring grabbing the microphone and performing those lines for the crowd.
And as you can hear at the end of that sketch, they hated it.
Yeah, they did not like it.
The only sound you hear from the crowd is woo the whole night.
The whole night. They do beat up the ref a lot in this. Then everyone kind of just makes friends and leaves together, which I think is what set the crowd off the most, where they're just like, wait, what the fuck? You guys know each other? You're just friends? What was all this fiction then? What the fuck? Boo!
That's so unhappy. I've never seen an unhappier crowd. They're not rooting for anybody.
Right.
They're just rooting for this to be over.
I have another sketch I took. I think you'll like this one.
Hi, I'm Dixie.
I wish I was in Dixie.
Doctor, I've come for the results of my tests.
I have them right here, and I have good news for you, Mrs. Johnson.
Oh, I'm not married.
In that case, I have bad news for you, Miss Johnson.
You mean I'm pregnant? When did this happen?
Tonight, after a few drinks, if I'm lucky.
Then I'm really okay.
You're fine. I'm the one with the problem.
What's wrong?
Every time I sneeze, I get this sensation of complete sexual fulfillment.
Really? What are you taking for it?
Pepper. That'll be all.
So she hits him in the dick.
What do you say about you and I getting together for a gymnastics date?
Great. You can start by taking a flying leap.
I left that in because I wanted you to know that after one sexual harassment sketch, it generally cuts to a different male member of the staff sexually harassing the wrestlers.
Yes, at least one other.
That's the pattern.
It's always two, if not three.
I really liked this one because it sort of demonstrated another theme of the show is that these women, they've trained so hard to defend themselves in the ring that they have no like defenses against like sexual predators. So this doctor is just rattling off like harassing sexual statements to them. And they're just like, oh, what could that possibly mean? As if they didn't, grow up women their whole lives. Anyway, speaking of terrible sexual schemes, Nutsy Fagan is still scheming to get with Tracy Lords. He's done Rocky, he's done John Travolta, he's done Rodney Dangerfield, Jack Nicholson, and he's finally decided on Richard Simmons. And he comes out, not in a Richard Simmons wig, just doing a very flamboyant voice. And it works. Tracy Lords loves gay men. So she's like, yay, Richard Simmons, it's really you.
You can gossip with me about the terrible man who's been harassing me all night.
Right. I don't even know what the fuck. I guess we're at the main event, though. Mercifully. This is
goodness.
a boxer versus a wrestler for the championship robe. The wrestler has to win by pin or submission. The boxer has to win by knockout. So this is kind of an interesting, like, blood sport style fight.
One of those is way easier win condition than the other.
Yeah, I agree completely that one person doesn't have to wear big padded gloves
Yeah.
and can win by just holding you down. So it's Dixie the Marine as the wrestler and Wendy the cheerleader as the boxer. And it seems super not fair. I'm not going to do the commentary on the match because Tracy Lords did such an amazing job. I took a clip of it. Please enjoy this.
Her idea of rest and recreation is invading Grenada. She's pounding her more times than Judge Wapner's gavel, and she drops the Marine like an overweight anchor. Wendy's back ready to go AWOL after that attack. And Wendy's spine now spells out SOS. The pom-pom girl cleaned her clock like a precision watchmaker. The Marine has hit the deck more times than a superstitious card player. And Cartella gets another shot. Next time, she'd better smuggle in protective headgear. Her aerial attack has turned more tables than a fleet of moving men, sending her spine looking for vacation brochures. This has got to be the biggest case of theft since the Brinks job. And they're tearing the clothes off each other's back. I haven't seen this much shredding since the Oliver North trial. It's unbelievable. Bodies and clothing are flying everywhere. I haven't seen women tearing at clothing like this since giveaway day at Neiman Marcus. Maybe the Latins smuggled in an extra outfit there. The ring looks like a donation site for the Salvation Army. He didn't make any friends today, but at least his heart's in the right place.
That's what they went out on.
Yeah! Einstein, Hunter, Frankfurt. Einstein, Hunter, Frankfurt. Unser Podcast genau. Und mit maximalem Schau. Dog Frankfurt Podcast. Korrekt. Ja. Der Kraft ist nicht ohne. Schick die in die Hundezone. 4 eine Stunde.